It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's reality alert.
Max, I just saw a black cat walk by outside my window. Is that a bad sign for this podcast?
Kitty? You saw a kitty!
I saw a kitty cat, yeah.
Aww!
But is it a bad sign?
Avoid kitty?
A boy kitty?
Void.
A void kitty.
Yeah, that's what you call black cats. You call them voids.
Oh, wow. I didn't know
VOID. What did the cat say?
It said...
Meow, meow, meow. Aww.
I know. Isn't that cute?
So is that a bad sign?
Is it a bad sign for the podcast?
Did it cross your path?
No, not necessarily.
Okay, then I think we're good to go.
I saw it.
You saw it in the distance. Was it cute?
It was very cute.
Wow. I'm going to have to say it was a good sign because you saw a cute kitty.
You would think. But after I watched the Ultimatum Queer Love, it seems like it's a very bad sign.
Oh, you know what? You're right. I mean, when I saw it on the show, I said that's a very cute kitty. And then they said it was a bad sign. Do you think that was just Ashley using an excuse to get out of love? That wasn't very romantic.
It could be.
All Marita wanted was something romantic, you know?
Yeah.
Despite apparently cheating on Ashley 5 times.
It was a lot, apparently. Yeah.
What is worse for a relationship? Cheating 5 times or
a black cat.
Or a black cat.
The black cat, I don't know.
The black cat is worse, apparently.
But Mel has a black cat. Well, and I guess that didn't work out.
Well,
whoa.
What, dude? That is literally crazy. That's crazy. Wow. I feel uncomfortable.
I always think of, when I see black cats, I think of Salem from Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Oh, he talked.
He was always such a little clever asshole, you know?
He was.
He was so snarky, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, there's cat language?
Yeah, there is. It's English. They talk. Yeah. Right? They literally say, meow, meow, meow.
Right.
Yeah.
Witches' pets talk.
Yeah, okay. They're magical. Dumbass.
Idiot.
Sorry, AJ. We love you. We stand. Don't worry. Don't worry, AJ. We stand.
We do stand.
Yeah.
We love AJ here on the pod.
So all of our predictions that we did literally yesterday over at the Patreon were
completely false.
Many of them were wrong.
Wow.
Many of them.
Wow.
They were not good.
Never underestimate the power of the U-Haul, okay?
Yeah, I think you were saying never underestimate the depths of our stupidity, but the U-Haul as well. How about the food truck?
Oh, yeah.
Is the food
they going to start calling them food truck relationships?
Well, I think the food truck may be the opposite of the U-Haul.
Food truck means that they break up.
Yeah.
And then one person takes over as head chef.
Yeah, I think they should have split custody of the food truck.
Cut the truck in half, and then you'll see who loves it more.
Yeah, they get the food.
No, give it to the other person.
Maybe
and then they'll go, you are the rightful person.
You do the king, what's his face thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe you get the food truck for summers. Yeah, you could alternate.
Oh, weekends, nights and weekends, or
yeah.
Interesting.
It'd be very cute.
You get breweries, I get sporting events. Yeah. That's how they do it, right?
Yeah. This was a fun finale, though. I feel like stuff happened. The reunion had like a decent amount of drama.
We got someone walking out crying.
I mean, whenever that happens, good enough for me. You know, what else do we need?
A lie detector test would be great, but that's That's a thing of the past. They don't do that anymore. It's frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, I just feel like Mel and Dana admitted enough so that we know that they fucked. It's really funny. It's like, why are you guys still being coy
but by
about
definition,
Oh, and it could be, it's not sex because my definition of sex is impossible. So it's in outer space. So we didn't have sex. That's my
definition of sex is we're both wearing astronaut costumes. There were no astronaut costumes.
So technically, I'm a virgin, so you guys can't say I had sex. So take that. Take that.
They did get us on the technicalities. They did.
Yep, they're very good at that.
Yep.
So should we just start breaking it down, Ben? Ben and I actually
Let's break it.
I'll let you guys in on a little secret. Yes, break it. Me and Ben got a special sneak preview of episode 8 yesterday. It just, Netflix invited us to the special screening. It was online.
They were like, we got to get Max and Ben there.
We got to get Max and Ben here.
Exclusive invite. Harry Jowsey was there. Chloe was there. And us.
Interestingly enough, I don't think they knew we were from Reality Alert. Because there was a chat and me and Ben made it our whole point to just keep talking about Reality Alert as much as possible.
Yeah.
And initially we were
coding it a little bit at
first. We were coding it at first.
So that it didn't seem too spammy.
Yes. And
we didn't want to be those guys.
Netflix was highlighting certain comments. Most of the comments were like, oh my God, I'm so excited for this episode, even though the episode was already playing.
Yes.
Yeah. So I made a comment thinking there was no way that Netflix would highlight the episode, the comment. And the way that they showed the comments was little messages would pop up like
on the screen,
like over the episode.
Yeah.
So one of my comments,
it made it
through. We're putting it up on the screen. It says Max G. And it says, thank you, Netflix. This was the reality alert I needed this afternoon.
Wow. And then shortly thereafter, we got shadow banned.
Yeah, we did get shadow banned eventually. Our comments
were they realized.
Visible. They figured out we were subliminally messaging. We were spamming the chat.
I don't think they liked it when every time a song came on, we asked if it was Maria. I don't think they liked that.
We called all the old people boring, and we also talked, and we also just started saying, my favorite podcast is Reality Alert. How about you guys? So
amazing.
It was amazing. It was really cool because like everybody in the chat was like, oh my God, that's my favorite podcast too. Yeah. They were like, everybody was like, I only want to listen to men talk about this show. It was like crazy. Really cool.
It's the dream, isn't it?
It was like the dream.
Yeah.
I need straight men's opinion on this show. It was like really
and they didn't even see our hats or anything.
No, they didn't see the hats or anything.
Crazy.
They were like, I need a host that like sports. That's what I need. So let's get to Haley and Pilar. We've been calling her Pilar. We got a comment on Spotify correcting us. We want to thank you. Let's get into this. Pilar says she doesn't know how to talk to Haley right now and is afraid of pushing her away. Haley tries to comfort her and lets her know that she's still in this. This is very interesting to me. The way that this all kind of breaks down. Haley says that she has unconditional love for Pilar, and her love for Megan doesn't take away from her love for Pilar. So this is when I was like, okay, I guess that Haley and Pilar are still going to get
episode 8 is like the 180-degree episode. Everything completely on its head, and everybody's like, oh, I was in a fever dream for the last week, and now I've just woken up and I'm back to reality.
Yeah. I was like, oh, I thought you were, because Haley is like upset with Megan about everything, which is fair. But it seems that even by this point, I'm like, it seems that you would be already open to being engaged to Pilar again, even though you're in love with Megan. Like, you really are technically in love with both of them. I don't know. It's very interesting.
Yeah, very bizarre. I wonder about, like, I feel like Haley was using the word love in a very real way, whereas Megan maybe was not. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think Haley was. I think
Yeah.
Megan was too, but maybe she didn't mean it
as much. Yeah.
But she definitely was saying, I'm in love with you. Or maybe she didn't, but she was implying it. Like, we saw it. You know, they were crying and saying, I love you.
Right.
Yeah.
Very confusing.
Yeah. Let's get to Megan and Dana. Megan apologizes and says, I normally run away, but this time I'm going to stay. So I'm informed. I think Dana said that about the normally running away thing. Megan says, I gave up hope. I'm not going to justify what I did, but maybe if I didn't have those encounters that I did with you, this is Megan talking to Dana, I wouldn't have done what I did with Haley. It's like she's blaming Dana for what she did with Haley. What are these encounters? Are these encounters Dana, like, ignoring her?
I guess that's the only thing I can think of is the stuff by the pool where they weren't looking at each other or saying hello.
So because you ignored me on our trial marriage, I fell in love with somebody and had to fuck them.
You have to. Especially when you're making kick-ass playlists and stuff,
It's so funny. It's like, I'm not justifying what I did, but everything is your fault.
Yes.
Megan says she's confused because Dana had sexual encounters with Mel too. Maybe not as far as her and Haley, but sexual stuff nonetheless. And Dana says it was different though because it was a comfort thing. It wasn't a love thing. It was more comfortable. It just
what? Dana's always right. So
yeah,
we got to just go with what she says.
It would have been uncomfortable to have sex. To not have sex. It would have been like awkward.
Yeah, it would have been weird.
Yeah.
It's like, that's my wife. That's my trial wife.
Yeah.
We have to have sex.
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked that.
Uncomfy.
Yeah, you don't want to be uncomfy.
I don't like that.
Okay.
I'm uncomfy.
Let's get to Ashley and Marita. So they meet up with Ashley's sister, Alexis, and Allison, who is Ashley's twin sister.
Wow.
Now, we talked...
So that was her twin sister.
That was her twin sister.
We were debating when we were watching it. We were like, is that the twin or is it not?
It is the twin. We talked about this on the Patreon. We had discovered that she had a twin sister.
Yeah.
And her twin sister had actually made a post about Marita's cheating. She said this whole thing is bullshit and that Marita had cheated a lot and that, all this wanting romance is bullshit. I mean, I think that this whole relationship...
We didn't get that vibe as much in this scene particularly, but maybe she was just on her best behavior for...
Maybe it came out later. Maybe she didn't know at this point.
Could be Ashley didn't tell her. But twins tell each other everything in secret languages and everything.
They don't need to. They just know.
Yeah, they just know.
They do. They do tell each other things. Yeah, exactly. They do.
Like,
and
they'll blank. They'll like blank.
Yeah.
Like Morse code to each other.
It's crazy, dude.
Twin language is wild.
Well, it's crazy. Now I'm like...
It's almost as crazy as cat language, twin language.
Yeah. Well, now I'm like, in all these scenes we were watching, was it really Ashley or was it Allison?
You think maybe they swapped?
They switched. Like
Mary-Kate and Ashley used to do?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
If you had a twin, you'd be swapping all the time. Just admit it.
Maybe I do. Maybe I do.
Wow.
Maybe I'm Mark's right now.
Wow.
You wouldn't
know. That's why like half the time I'm with you, you're like so abusive and mean to me. Mm-hmm. Is that wow? Okay. And then the other half, you're like a sweetheart.
That's why. I'm not two twins who are cranky. Two cranky twins. The new movie from Warner Brothers Studios.
Two cranky twins? That would sell so big.
Everybody wants to see two cranky twins.
They just do Kevin Hart though and then multiply them.
I know.
Right? They'd just be CGI. They wouldn't be real twins.
I know. It should be me. 2 cranky twins. Ashley says she keeps thinking about why it's so hard for her to do romantic things and be physical with Marita. Maybe because Marita's so whiny. Oh, do romantic things for me. Give me a scavenger hunt. Build an escape room for me. Literally a very complicated...
Pick me up in a helicopter and take me to a concert.
Yeah. Make me a bungee jump and throw me off a bridge. And I want to come back up and survive.
Yeah.
Do it.
Sing me songs from my album that my parents paid for.
Her twin says if you need to keep feeling that way, then you shouldn't even be together. And the other sister agrees. I love their I think that the sisters are just over this relationship.
They really are. They really
don't want
are.
to hear you guys fucking complain anymore. You're not happy. This relationship is a sham.
They're very over it.
We know that you're on the show for Marita to get a new record deal or whatever. So we don't want to be here.
Yeah. It's going to be tough because Marita still wants to be a teen pop star and she's not a teenager anymore. So it's difficult.
People are getting very upset online when we post clips of us joking about Marita, Ben.
What? Why?
When we were joking on TikTok, we posted a clip of us joking about how Marita wants, these big scavenger hunts, and
right.
she wants things done for her. People were like, "Marita is not the crazy one in this situation.
It's just her love language.
It's her love language.
It's her attachment style."
Like, we're a comedy podcast. We don't really care. We make jokes.
The only languages we care about are cat language and twin
language. There's nothing to care about. Okay, maybe Pig Latin and gibberish on Thursday.
Those are fun.
Okay, you don't care. Marie and Mel. Mel is sitting on the counter, and this stood out to me because somebody was very upset about this during the sneak preview chat.
Yeah,
They're very peeved about Mel sitting on the counter.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I know, they really did not.
When I first met my wife's family, I realized they were all counter sitters. They congregate to the kitchen. They all sit up on the counter when they're chatting.
Is this true?
It is very true.
What's wrong with them?
And I was like, okay, when in Rome. So I hopped my butt up on the counter, and I'm like, hey, it's kind of fun up here.
It's fucked up. Get off the counter. Sit on the floor like a normal person. Get on the floor. We'll sit on the floor here.
Chat, sound off if you're a counter sitter.
Or a floor sitter, like a normal.
Or a floor sitter, or if you prefer chairs like a weirdo.
Get on the floor. Mel says one of the main reasons she doesn't have an answer for Ultimatum Day is she struggles to see herself in a long-term relationship. That's always a good reason to propose when you don't see yourself in a long-term relationship.
She does see herself in a long-term relationship. It's just with the food truck.
Yeah, in a long-term business arrangement. And then Maria's like, we could be in love. You should just propose to me. We could do it. Yeah.
What about my Brussels sprouts?
What the fuck was that? No one cares about your fucking Brussels sprouts.
We'll get to it.
So much of what Maria talks about. Maria, no one gives a fuck.
If your Brussels sprouts were so good, you'd be running the food truck now. Okay.
Everything that Marie brings up, I'm like, Marie, everybody is moving past things, and you're grumpy about Brittany. Shut the fuck up, Marie. But my child,
she's like, I'm not mad.
But AJ.
Well, somebody should tell your face and voice.
But AJ didn't massage my feet on night 1. Get over it. We have people who like fucked other people and they're getting past things. And you're upset that like AJ.
Well, Marie did have her partner fuck somebody. Well,
I know, but she's upset.
Not technically, though. Not technically.
No, not technically. But she's upset at AJ.
Yeah. Yeah. Why? AJ's like the coolest person there.
AJ talked to Brittany twice.
Oh my god. Oh my God.
During a trial marriage. That's emotional cheating.
When Brittany wasn't picked by anyone.
It's emotional.
To be a partner.
It's emotional cheating. Dana and Megan, they're hugging and cuddling on the couch. And Dana tells Megan she needs to get intentional and clear, Ben. Have a conversation with Haley and set some boundaries because their relationship is not appropriate. And Dana, she doesn't know about inappropriate relationships.
Not at all.
Herself. She's never experienced one, but she's looking at this one and she does know that it's inappropriate.
Right.
There's
nothing inappropriate about a Spotify list. Okay.
No.
Is this at this point too? Was there another instance of someone not saying hi to each other at the gym? This is a common occurrence in these relationships of people not saying hello.
Yeah, well, it's very interesting,
and it ruins relationships. It ruins them.
Well, Megan says that Haley ignored her at the gym and then liked her picture on Instagram.
Yeah, that's weird.
That's fuck. Why wasn't this addressed at the reunion and talked about for hours?
Yeah.
Why
wasn't this addressed on by the president on an emergency broadcast? That's what I want to know.
Well, this is the type of thing that he might
be into. Yeah, he's from the reality universe.
Why didn't they talk about it definitely does seem like a little bit of game playing, by the way, to not say hi to someone and be like, but I'll like her picture. I like her picture.
Folks, she hearted the photo. There is hard evidence, hard wet egg-like evidence that shows that she hearted the photo, folks.
Megan tells Dana she does not have any confusion regarding Haley anymore and has lots of clarity, but Dana doesn't buy it. Bridget and Kyle, they meet Kyle's parents. So boring and old. I watched this show for young people, not these old people who remind me of my own mortality, Ben. Wow. I felt like I was dying watching them.
My God, you're not that old, Max.
It's terrible, but looking at them,
you like Boo Boo, and you know Italian brain rot by heart.
I know, but when I looked at them, like I don't have any wrinkles, obviously, because I'm gonna live forever. But when I looked at them, like I felt like I felt like I was in that movie Old, and then I was gonna die in like 3 seconds.
There's a movie called Old.
The M. Night Shyamalan movie when they're on the beach.
Oh, that's not called Old, is it?
What's it called? Beach.
Beach. Maybe.
What's it called?
I don't know. Let's just say Cocoon, huh?
That's a great movie. Dude, it's literally called Old. You're gaslighting me. Guys, this is gaslighting. If these shows weren't enough, Ben is textbook gaslighting me. Old, 2021.
I'm just like what Ashley was doing to Marita.
Gaslighting her into thinking that she doesn't need romantic antics.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't like that movie. I thought it was stupid.
I never saw it. I just know the title. You saw it and you don't know the title?
No, that's how bad that movie was.
I just know it's like important for talking about old people. Kyle's mom and dad don't think they're ready for marriage because they can't even buy a house because they're just some poor artists with their Toad shirt line. Don't they know that?
Newsflash, boomers, none of us can afford houses.
We're never going to have houses. That's not a thing. That's not okay. Okay.
These boomers, they're going around telling millennials, by half of your age, I already own 3 homes, blah, blah, blah. It's like, and then in the same breath, they're turning their basement apartments into Airbnbs.
It's like,
I'm sorry, but come on.
Maybe when you all die, we can afford a house. Oh, wait, venture capital firms are going to buy the houses from you. We're all going to live in huts.
We're going to live on Amazon campuses is what we're going to live on.
Okay.
Must have been nice to be a boomer. Oh, but we got the participation trophies, Max. We got the participation. Who bought the participation trophies? Who gave them out? Do you think all the little kids went to the trophy store with their money and bought a trophy?
No, it was these two born old people. They're the root of all evil. They're the head of all the old people.
Yeah.
People are like, they're so sweet. No, they're boring. That's the worst part.
Preach.
We gotta, I'm gonna write them a letter, probably because they can't even use a computer.
They can't.
I'll have to fax them.
They can't even read it though, Max, because their eyes are so bad.
I felt like my eyes were bad and bleeding just watching this.
Yeah.
AJ and Brittany. AJ says, "I'm afraid one day you're gonna wake up and realize you don't want to be with me." AJ, just why can't you see what we all see? Oh. Mel and Marie. In a confessional, Mel tells us she got a text from Dana telling her that she feels, "You're never gonna believe this, Ben."
I'm comfy.
And Mel tells us, I love how chill Mel is. She's like, I'll fall back, like whatever. I don't care.
She does. Mel really doesn't give a fuck.
I love Mel.
It's amazing how little she gives a shit about all of this. She's just like, check out my food truck.
I loved Mel's fucking outfit at the engagements. Like, it's like a wrinkled, untucked shirt.
And she brought a ring pop too.
And she brought her, and she was like, I don't give a fucking shit about anything. This is who I am. She's like, oh, wait, they gave me a free ring. Yeah, I'll propose with this. Let's get to the cocktail party. It's very awkward. At the beginning, like, Megan had her hand over her chest like she had heartburn or something. I was like, is it that awkward? You're getting like
acid reflux.
Acid reflux is popping up.
She needs some Tums.
Maybe you lay off the margaritas. Dana and Mel talk. And of course, Dana does that thing where she's like, you're being weird towards me. You're not treating me exactly the way that I want to be treated. So adjust that. Okay.
What
and
Dana says goes. So
I mean, Mel's like, I don't give a fuck about anything, right? I'm pretty.
You know who you're fucking talking to?
You're like,
I don't
Mel.
give a shit.
Okay. If my food truck lit on fire, I would just pull into the wild and go live in the wilderness.
I got a matching tattoo with you because I was just like, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Do you realize how many matching tattoos I have all over my body with people?
With people that I technically didn't fuck.
Yeah. Oh, wait, you do because you saw them. But remember, we technically didn't fuck, okay? Dana says you have to remember we got matching tattoos, and I also told Megan that I would get matching tattoos with her. Mel says you didn't tell me that, and Dana says I forgot.
They did tell each other that though. There's a scene where they did that.
No, I think that what Mel says. I think Dana did not tell Mel that she intended to also get matching tattoos with Megan. She told us that in confessional, but she did not tell Mel that.
I thought she did because there was that scene where Dana goes, oh yeah, Megan's gonna be so pissed, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, but I don't think that she knew. She knew maybe
there was some splicing going on with editing.
I think she would be mad about. I think maybe Mel was like, "Oh yeah, she'll be mad that we got matching tattoos," because of course she was. But she didn't know that Dana and Megan had talked about getting matching tattoos themselves.
Yeah. Even still, why is that Mel's fault?
No, it's not. I think what Dana is saying, like, we have to put things on ice a little bit because Mel is very upset. And one of the reasons is we did something so extreme as to get matching tattoos.
Yeah.
And that's why Megan's upset. Yeah. But I love Dana saying, I forgot to tell you. No, I forgot that me and Megan had intended on getting matching tattoos, which is a total lie because, as you just mentioned, she literally told us that.
She literally said that.
Say that she forgot is bullshit. But I'm sure this is the only instance of Dana lying on this show.
She would never. Are you kidding?
She never lies. She's never lied.
She's always right.
I wish we could then do a supercut of Dana lying.
I know. Why didn't the reunion do that?
I know.
It's so great.
I wish we could just pull up clips and show them on YouTube.
It's so funny how at the beginning of this season we really thought AJ was going to be like the big player.
No,
and AJ ended up being like the nicest, most supportive one of everyone there. and Dana was like,
I will say, Mel.
So much messiness happening outside of that.
Everyone did kind of say that Mel was giving off player vibes.
Yeah, that's true.
And like I have to say, she's pretty. I could see her being. I could see Mel doing very well for herself as a single lady.
Oh yeah, with a food truck. You kidding me?
She's just so cool, Mel. She just plays it off so well. She said, "I don't give a fuck" attitude. You come to me.
She makes delicious tapas and great Brussels sprouts.
She like doesn't give a shit, but then she lets you win her over a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Like she lets Dana. Like she had that moment where like Dana called her out in the beginning and she was like, "Oh, I like how you called me out." Like she will let you get to her a little bit. So it's like intriguing. Like, yeah.
It's like she's playing with her food a little.
Yeah. She is the lion, but yeah. But she lets her food play with her a little bit, but then she will eat you.
She will eventually eat you. Yeah.
Can we get her and Dana to have a spin-off show of just them having a friendship? Like, I think those two have such an interesting dynamic.
They really do. They're really a lot of fun.
I know.
I mean, I wouldn't hate seeing Megan in there too.
I would love to see this cast continuing on to do shit. They're so
funny. Many good people in this cast.
I know. They're so funny together. Yeah, let's just continue on. We get Megan and Haley. Haley is very resistant to do this chat, and it's like, Haley, it's TV. You gotta do the chat, okay?
You just said you loved her like a couple days ago.
Yeah, okay. If you know, Megan says she wants to prioritize, Dana, and she was setting a boundary when she ignored Haley at the club. Apparently, Megan ignored Haley at the club. I think we skipped over this. Megan ignored Haley at the club the other day. This is separate from when Haley ignored Megan at the gym,
I guess.
Yeah, so there was a club thing where she ignored her at the club. Haley says that she treated her the same way that Dana treated her during the trial marriage, which is true. Because Haley was so upset. No, because Megan was... There's too many names, dude.
It's a lot of people.
There's so many fucking people. And there's so much...
there's so much love triangles. It's wild.
Okay, so... Who was really upset? Okay, so Megan was really upset that Dana didn't talk to her during the first trial marriage and ignored her. So Haley is saying, hey, you basically did the same thing to me that you were so upset about.
Right.
Which is actually kind of a fair point. Yeah. But it's also like...
Also, it should be noted, I don't think Megan really wants to talk to Haley at all. This is like Dana pushing her to talk to her, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
But and then what Megan is saying is like, yeah, but this is somebody I actually want to be with. And when I said I love you, I didn't mean it. I just kind of got caught up in, the sexual moment of it all. And, you've been with somebody for 10 years, so you probably really got caught up in it. I think that's what happened,
I don't think they talk about that enough, honestly, of why each person was in a position to be saying that. Like,
I love you.
Should have talked about it more. Yeah.
Well, I think that so Megan, so Megan, how long is her relationship with Dana? I don't think it's like super long.
I thought it was like 1.5 or something. Maybe
is it a shorter one? But I know that.
Wrong.
But Haley's been in a relationship for
Somebody
10 years.
1.5.
I'm pretty sure it's a 10-year relationship. And I'm pretty sure that it was both the first girl that they've been with. So for her to open up to somebody else and sleep with their second person ever, I do see how that could create feelings of love and stuff like that. Yeah.
So Mel and Marie were together 4 years. I'm looking for Megan. Megan and Dana were together for 1.5 years. Okay.
That's so short.
Yep.
So I see how she could think she's in love and then be like, no, I'm actually still into Dana. Shouldn't they technically be not potentially just still be in the honeymoon phase? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is where Megan breaks it off and says, I love you, but I'm not in love with you.
All these technicalities.
So many. And they argue semantics over whether she actually ever said, I love you or I'm in love with you.
Listen, you've got this all wrong. This is a food truck relationship, not a U-Haul relationship. Okay.
I love this technicality stuff. It's so funny.
It's amazing. Yeah.
I would just be like, are we really arguing technicalities over like relationships and love and stuff? That's not how it works when you're talking about like emotions. You're not going to get me with a technicality when I'm talking about the way that I feel. Like, you made me feel some way. Not by what you said, by how you said it. Right? Like, it doesn't work that way.
No.
I love this conversation with Ashley and Marita where Ashley doesn't understand how rings work or what diamonds are made out of.
The ring is gold and the diamond is a diamond.
Marita's like, wait, you're not getting me a ring for each finger? You're not proposing to me from a hot air balloon? What is happening? Haley and Pilar. Haley's dad comes over for dinner. We're all reminded of our own mortality. He's really nice, but do we even care?
Really old, yeah.
So old. Yeah. Dana and Megan. It seems that Megan is going to be firmer with her family now, which it turns out is true. So that's good.
That was cool, I thought.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Ashley and Marita. Marita says there's so many things in their relationship that she's not getting. It's just the same story over and over, but Ashley seems very apathetic. She's like, it sucks.
She seems exhausted to me.
Yeah.
That's what it seems like to me.
I know. It's just, they just watch them and just like, you guys are incompatible. Like, this is dumb.
I do think Marita's never going to really find this person that she's looking for in life that's going to.
No, Ben, no. Well, she did seem happy with Brittany.
Yeah. Trial marriage. Yeah.
I think that Marita.
But imagine having to do all those gifts and the performances every week for the rest of your life to make this person happy.
Yeah, she wants a singing telegram every weekend. Like, that's expensive. It's annoying.
She wants pop stars to come to her front door and sing. Yeah.
She wants breakfast, lunch, and dinner in bed. Like, that's just a little.
That's a little too much.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, even snacks too.
Yeah,
crazy.
And then Ashley, she doesn't want to celebrate any holidays or anything. You know, it's like Jehovah's Witness style. It's on the flip side. It's like, that would be miserable to be with too.
Yeah. Ashley doesn't have a birthday. Everyone keeps asking what her birthday is. She's like, I don't have one.
She also doesn't know how anything works. You know, she doesn't know what a birthday cake is. So she just brings you a piece of cardboard with happy birthday written on it. She doesn't understand anything.
One day she was taken to Party City and she actually had a full-on seizure. She dropped to the floor and just blacked out completely.
It's very overwhelming for her.
She didn't know what to make of it.
She didn't know what to do.
She was like, what is this? I'm in another dimension. What is this?
And the lawsuit is...
What is a balloon? What?
Balloon?
Yeah.
And the lawsuit from that is the reason that Party City is now bankrupt.
Wow.
Yeah. They should have known that some people are very aromantic and don't do romantic antics, and they don't understand parties.
That's right.
And they should have
whatever the opposite of the life of the party is. She's the party killer.
The death of the party.
The death of the party.
Yeah. Wow. She's a balloon pop.
She's
a balloon
pop, dude.
Does that mean that cops are the life of the party?
No, they're the death of the party.
Oh, okay.
They come in, they're like, enough.
Oh, that's true, dude.
Dude, Ashley's a cop.
Is she?
Maybe. I don't know.
What's her job?
What is her job?
party killer, romance annihilator. So many bad things.
Flower smasher. Is that a job?
Dude, it's terrible.
She burns flowers.
Haley and Pilar. Pilar says that if anyone was watching this show, they would say
that couple is fucked.
Yeah, I mean that's not totally far off at this point.
We say it about everybody, though.
Pilar. Yeah, I mean you're all fucked.
You're not special.
Yeah, no one's special besides us. We're very special.
We're the most special boys on earth.
Yeah, very true.
That's right. That's what our partners tell us.
Yep. They say, "Oh, my special boys." Pilar says they're messy because of the whole Haley and Megan thing, the whole Pilar and Kyle thing, and they say they feel bad for Dana. Dana's really a mastermind around.
Wow. Yeah. She's got everybody wrapped around her finger.
Yeah. Well, she does say,
I'm like the chick from The Notebook, where I'm one person when I'm with you, and I'm one person when I'm with you.
She's just switching it up, and she gets you on her side.
Yeah. And Megan is apparently Dom from Fast and Furious.
That's true. Cool. Family
is everything.
Family is everything.
Raise your Coronas, everyone. Family.
Yes, yeah. That's what she wants in life. She wants to race cars with nitro and stuff. So it's it.
Who doesn't?
Awesome. Probably Ashley.
Yeah, you're right. Ashley's the cop. She pulled him over for speeding.
Yeah, exactly. Let's get to episode 9. Ben, it's Ultimatum Day. Bum, bum, bum. Ben's scared. Oh no.
I'm scared. Joanna's scared too. She's so nervous.
She says she's nervous and excited. It's like you're not even gonna witness any of it. You're not there. You're just there. What are you nervous for?
Yeah.
She doesn't even witness the engagement.
She's afraid people are gonna find out she's straight, right?
She doesn't even talk to the couples. What is she nervous about? She's about to finish filming for the day. What an easy day of filming.
Super easy.
And then what is she?
She has the easiest job in the world.
What is she excited for? She's not even going to see them for another year when they do.
No, she's going to be officiating weddings.
The weddings aren't happening.
They're not going to happen. I agree.
She's not seeing them to the reunion. This is bullshit. She's a liar and a snake. So Haley and Pilar. Haley says after everything she's been through this experiment, she isn't sure about this whole ultimatum thing. Watch the show.
Really?
Yeah. So Haley and Megan talk first. What was this gift?
It looked like a custom T-shirt. Did it not?
Oh, so one of Kyle's shirts.
Could be.
Why didn't this ever?
That'd be cool if they bought a shirt from Kyle. A little bit of frog on it or something.
I just realized, why didn't this ever come up at the reunion? What the gift was?
I know.
You got to figure out what the fucking gift was. This is Chekhov's gift.
It is.
This is Haley says Megan isn't being honest about the trial marriage, and Megan just goes, honestly, after processing it, we want different things, and we're too similar. So, yep. She says, you didn't give me space during the trial marriage, and if we're going to have friends, you need to apologize to Dana.
Gee, I wonder whose idea that was to say.
Yeah, definitely. And Haley's like, get out of my life. Get out of my damn life. And that's that. Very sad.
Dana's going to be so mad when she sees that airbrushed T-shirt of
I know
Haley and Megan kissing on a Ferris wheel.
She's going to be really disappointed also to learn that Haley isn't going to be in Megan's life anymore. I think that's going to be really sad for her to know that Megan lost a friend. Heartbreaking.
Yeah, Dana just wants them all to be friends.
Yeah.
And she wants apologies from everyone.
AJ and Brittany, not a lot happened here. AJ proposes, Brittany says yes.
Cute.
Yeah, I think we saw this coming. AJ knows that Brittany's going to put the business first, and I mean her above the business, and yeah, great. There's not a lot to say. It was sweet.
There's not there. We make jokes. It's hard to make a joke about these two. They're great. They're a great couple.
Yes, Haley and Pilar. I like how Haley was like, no, whatever. Pilar says, "I choose you," and proposes, and Haley says, "Yes." Yeah, Haley says, "Even though I fell in love, it didn't change anything with Pilar." Isn't that sweet? So how romantic.
I just had sex outside of our relationship for the first time in a 10-year relationship. That's all.
It just sucks because this is what Marita wanted. You know, Marita wanted Ashley to fall in love with somebody else and still propose to her. That's what she wanted. Something romantic like this. A true romantic Anik.
Yeah.
That's what we all want out of love and life and everything.
Boy, what a roller coaster ride for Haley's dad, though, huh? He gets this call. He's like, now they're engaged. Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. That's not.
Like, first, I thought you were going to break up with Pilar and get with this Megan girl, and now you're back together with her, and now you're engaged. What's going on?
This is ill-informed. You can't even afford a house.
And how does this FaceTime work? This is black magic, witchcraft.
I wish he was that interesting, but he's not.
He's not. He's boring and old.
He's so old, dude. Please spare me. Ashley and Marita waking up. Ashley says she's not feeling the best. She's unsure. And Marita is scared and doesn't want to lose Ashley. She says she's having a tough morning. And this is what I wrote down. I wrote down, what a great way to go into an engagement.
Yeah.
Both people are like, this is a terrible morning.
Right.
And
then they see Salem.
I know. It's so funny.
And Salem's like, hello, darling.
I love that they had like a Christopher on Sopranos on the day that he gets made moment when he saw the Black Crow.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they see the black cat. I thought it was cute.
Black is not the only instance of death in the Sopranos. So is white. Don't forget.
That's true. That's true.
For all you film nerds out there, huh?
Ashley tells Marita that she's been going around in circles all day about what she needed to do. Also, what you want to hear when you think you're going to get proposed to. I've been really unsure all day whether I should do this or not. Even if the person proposes, I'd be like, "Well, that's great. You weren't really sure if you wanted to do this. Yes. Great."
Back at our apartment, I have a balloon waiting for you. I was told that this was a romantic gesture. It is shaped like a heart, so you may enjoy that.
I have a cock waiting for you. A cock?
Oh, you must mean cake.
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
That's very confusing.
What did I say?
You said cock, like a penis.
Yeah. Isn't that what you said?
No, it's a cake, honey. It's a cake.
Oh, yes, a cock with condors in it.
Yes. No, that's candles.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the things that you light.
Yes, you know, that you oot.
When it's dark and you light them.
Yeah, I feel like you're saying exactly what I'm saying.
Okay. All right.
Marita says she wants to be with Ashley, but Ashley says, have you been happy the past couple of months? Like, are you even happy right now?
Yeah.
And Ashley's like, I'm not proposing.
She is the fun police. She has to ask these questions.
Yeah, she's like, because nobody should ever be happy.
No.
It's better, in a way, we're all happy if we're all sad. So it's probably easier to be sad. I know these two girls with a sex playlist full of depressing songs. I can send it to you.
Yeah.
It showed up on my TV.
I helped them craft it.
Yeah.
I said, this isn't depressing enough.
Yeah, they told me it was a sex playlist, but I just filled it with depressing songs,
Dust in the Wind, Creep. Yeah.
Yeah, so Marita leaves without Ashley. Heartbreaking.
Wow. Wow.
Kyle and Bridget. Kyle proposes. Well, do you know what I like? Kyle recognizes that they're the one that gave the ultimatum to Bridget, and they thank Bridget for agreeing to come on the show. I think that's nice to recognize.
They're very cute, these two.
I like to recognize, they're like, you know what? I did a kind of dickbag thing by bringing someone on this, issuing an ultimatum after only like 2 years. And then dragging you on this show. Thank you for agreeing to it.
This shit's kind of crazy.
It's kind of fucked up to issue an ultimatum, especially after like 2 years. Kyle proposes. Bridget says yes. Kyle says, "Here's your little finger ring."
Oh.
I think Kyle just really wanted to make it clear that like this is not a toe ring. To be like, please give me your finger. Don't give me your toe.
Well, yeah, I did notice that Bridget was taking off her shoes and
yeah, she's like, no, it's a finger ring,
not
a toe ring. Yeah, I think these people are just very these very marriage averse people. They don't even know about how marriage works.
Yeah, because they don't. They have to issue ultimatums. That's what it comes down to.
They don't even know how they don't even know how fucking rings work.
Yeah,
as we saw with
the diamond and which parts of the gold, I don't know.
Yeah, it goes on my toe, right? It's a belly button ring. What happens?
Do I put it in my nose? Do we pierce it in there?
No, it's a little finger ring. Okay.
That's what everybody calls it. You go to the jewelry store and you say, "I need one finger ring.
I need a little finger ring, please."
For my little fiance.
Well, then like she says little finger ring. Is it a pinky ring? Because
maybe it's a pinky ring.
In England, don't they call the pinky or little finger?
Ooh, yeah. Maybe Kyle is secretly British.
Kyle's British.
Wow. Putting on an American accent this whole time?
Yep.
Kyle.
It
was weird how she was always like, "Oh, I have to go to the loo. Would you like to come in and watch me while we chat?"
My cousin is Harry Jowsey. Do you know him? Well, let's get to Dana and Megan. Dana, she's processing a lot as she's on her way to the proposal.
She goes to see
Mel
first, though.
A little bit of shit to get over. It's a lot of shit on both sides.
It's not just a little shit. It's a lot of shit.
It's a lot of shit.
Yeah.
She sees Mel first, though, right? Before she sees.
Yes, but this is her in the car.
Oh, I see. Yep.
She's driving. She's not driving. She's in the back of it, and she's just thinking about the shit to get over. So she does, and she goes sees Mel. And Dana's like, I read a letter that you wrote me, and I forgot that we even had a trial marriage. I didn't even know we had one. Did you know that we spent 3 weeks together and we may or may not have had sex?
I'm hearing things about playlists. Sex. I don't quite remember it being sex. Was it sex?
I don't know. I don't remember any of it, but it sounds like we were really close.
I remember I kissed you. I just don't remember where.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm having trouble.
It depends on other people's definitions or mine, or Of course, forget everything. So Mel says that she's taking the way Dana is talking about things as this is the last time we will ever talk. And Dana's like, you don't want a friendship with me? But I get where Mel was coming from. It seems like Dana was hedging towards we can't talk anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Dana takes it back. Like, why don't you want to talk to me? It was so weird. Dana is very inconsistent.
Yeah. Well, that's Dana for you.
That's Dana. She's from
Wacky Dana.
She's from The Notebook. Mel says she's proposing to Marie, but she wanted to talk to Dana because she's afraid of making the wrong decision. I think she should have listened to Dana because I think Dana basically tells her that she's making the wrong decision.
Dana's always knows what's right.
Yeah. She's very consistent. She did say that she doesn't remember who Marie is. she's like, we're on a TV. I don't remember any of this. But she's like, if you're proposing to Marie just to make her happy, this is probably the wrong choice that you're making.
Yeah.
Mel's like, I don't really give a fuck. I'll just, I can get my way out of anything. You know?
I got a tattoo.
I got a cool tattoo. Yeah. And then Dana rolls up her sleeve. She's like, oh, yeah, we did.
Did we do that? Well, technically they're not matching. Technically.
Yeah.
Technically. It's about a centimeter off from where yours is. So we didn't get matching tattoos.
And then Dana rolls up her other arm and it's all memento tattoos. And she's like, I remember everything. I almost loved you.
Follow the clues.
Follow the clues. Dana and Megan. Dana and Megan talk. Okay. It was weird because I just imagined it switching immediately as I was watching it from like Mel and Marie, but they saved them for last because they're the most romantic couple. Dana and Megan. I like how Megan's like, we don't need to talk about Haley right now, and Dana's like, no, I need the tea. Tell me all of it. I need it.
Dana's all of us.
Right? I would have been the same way. I would have been like, you're not going to tell me this.
Fuck no, you got to tell me the good.
Tell me everything in vivid detail.
Did you make her get on her knees and apologize?
Yeah. Did you kick her? Tell me, even if it's not 2, just tell me you kicked her. It's okay. Megan proposes. Dana says yes, and then Dana pulls a Giannina. No, she doesn't pull Giannina because she would have stopped her. Then she brings out a ring and proposes too. We love it.
Wow,
we love a double proposal.
That's amazing. And then they're trying to outpropose each other. They're getting lower and lower until they're both laying flat on the ground.
Pulling out toe rings and shit. It's very impressive.
Will you marry me? Will you marry me? They're like trying to get louder than each other.
They actually took out shovels and started digging lower to get really fucking in there. Mel and Marie, let's get to this. Once again, Mel's outfit, fucking awesome.
So sick. Yeah.
I thought that Ashley was a little casual, but it was ironed and the shirt was tucked in. And then you see Mel, and I was like, swag. It's awesome.
She just had a shift at the food truck, so
yeah.
She just came right over from it.
So funny.
Stopped at 7-Eleven for a ring pop.
Yeah. I really thought that the sour ring pop not getting down on one knee was going to be the proposal. I was I know. I was really hoping they should have just cut it there, not let us see the actual proposal.
I was hoping for it. Yeah.
Yeah. It was disappointing to say the least. I will say, like after the actual proposal, Mel says, "Did you say yes? I blacked out." I want to say the same thing happened to me when I proposed to Maria recently. Well, not recently. Well, it was still pretty recent in April. Yeah. Or was it in May? Or I don't know. But I had to say, I was like, did you say yes? I don't remember. And she was like, I'll just say yes again because I don't know. I think I did. You know, it's like when those moments happen, like you don't know. And I also wanted to remember Maria saying yes. So I was
remember was the butterflies that were flying around.
Exactly. But I was like, I really want to remember you saying yes. So can you just say it again? So I'm like 99%.
Let me take out my phone and record this real quick.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's so funny. There are all those people that like hire hidden photographers.
Yeah, that's a very common thing. Yeah.
I know. I just know that. Well, one, I did it in my in our apartment, and number 2, I know Maria would have hated that.
Yeah, she would have thought you guys were being stalked. Or
she's
something.
like, why would you have somebody take secret pictures of us?
Yeah,
I don't judge people that do. I just know us personally would, and I love to judge people, but I understand why you would do that. I just find it kind of creepy for my own personal thing. But yeah, you think it's creepy?
I've been asked to do it for someone before, and then I
saw these photos.
Yeah, I went to the park to do it, and they just walked right up to us, and I was like, "Okay, so surprise."
Why didn't you dress up like a bush or something?
I should have, I guess.
So when they walked up to you, did they know that they were gonna
Yeah, I guess it was weird because we were told like, oh, he's gonna do the proposal right on these steps at this park, blah blah blah, and we thought we were just gonna be like hiding, and that we were gonna come out and take the photos, but then instead he like introduces us to her, and I was like, he was like, oh look, there's blah blah blah, and my wife and I are like, what the fuck?
So
We had to come out. We had to come out, and then we're like, oh hey, how's it going? And then they like awkwardly like walked 5 feet away, and then he did the proposal.
So
and we
did she know that it was coming or not?
Clearly, she had to have in that moment.
That's
yeah,
weird.
But we asked her later. She had like suspicions on the whole trip.
They always do.
I think she thought it was going to happen at Red Rocks.
Wait, did you do a proposal to Amy? Like
not like that, not in the traditional way. No.
Yeah.
I was basically well, it's very unromantic, honestly. But
oh my god, you're such an Ashley. No wonder
I'm such an Ashley. I'm such a cop.
You're so
no, we had booked a vacation, and then I was like, well, why don't we just call it a honeymoon? I was like, do you want to get married? And then she was like, yeah, let's do it.
This is so offensive. Like, this is not a romantic answer.
But it ended up being really sweet. Then, we called family and friends. We told everybody,
I just don't get how I would write about this in the story of us.
It just came out. I was like, oh, we're going on a vacation. Why not making a honeymoon?
No, it's very sweet. It's very sweet, Ben. But the story about the engagement photographer, I feel like you didn't include the detail that I like about it.
Which is what?
When you took the picture of the engagement photo as it was happening.
Oh yeah, there were skateboarders in the background.
There's a skateboarder like doing a trick in the background.
He's like doing a trick. Yeah, it looks kind of sick to be honest.
Doing a kickflip.
He's like doing a kickflip behind him.
It's actually an awesome photo. But
no, for those who know Denver at all, there's this park called Cheeseman Park where there's these huge like pillars in the center of it, and it's like a kind of a cool spot for a photo op, but skateboarders love to skate on the marble up there, so you can't really take a good photo without like skateboarders in the background.
But it's like the moment of the proposal, somebody's doing a kickflip. It's awesome.
Somebody did a kickflip. Yeah,
funny.
They probably timed it out for that, I'm sure.
Let's get to the reunion. Joanna's back. Okay, we thought that this was potentially filmed in 2022, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I'm not sure if it was filmed that long ago. I did some research.
That would have been like right after the first Ultimatum, Queer Love.
Yeah, I think that maybe this was filmed 2023 or 2024, because all of the cast members are saying now that they're 2 years older than when they filmed this.
Well, remember too, Tiff said in this was a part of our social media roundup on our patreon.com/reality alert. Tiff from season 1 was saying they were originally supposed to be season 2 of the Ultimatum, and it took them a long time to realize that they wanted to rebrand it to Ultimatum Queer Love. Yeah. So if you think back to how long, because they were there the same time that like Nick and Vanessa were there, and Nick and Vanessa were almost going to be the host of this show. And so it was a ways back, like going back to Ultimatum season 1 is when they did the Queer Love version 2. Yeah. For season 1 of Queer Love. Yeah.
The reason I bring that up is because at the beginning, Joanna says it has been 1 year since the Ultimatum came to term. So I don't think they recorded this reunion recently.
No, it's been a ways back.
Think that
there's probably still some big updates that we don't know.
Yeah, but I think it might have been 2024 that it was recorded, and that this was in 2023, but we don't have confirmation. I just want to say I'm not sure if 2022 is when it happened, but I'm just guessing based on
I wouldn't be surprised based on what Tiff said. That's all I'm saying.
Yes,
it seems like it was a ways back. It seems like they didn't know what to do with Queer Love.
Yes,
of how they wanted to brand it and market it.
Yeah, well, I'm sure time will tell. And we'll.
I bet we're gonna have a lot of new updates on relationships now that the finale is out. And obviously we will talk about all of that on our social media roundup on Patreon.
Yes.
So check that out.
Let's get to what happens. I mean, obviously, clearly, usually they don't give it away in the entrances, but I think probably Mel and Marie were so contentious that it's like they have to sit apart and stuff like that. So,
well, and Marie looks pissed right off the bat too. So,
well, she's mad at AJ. Okay, she wasn't there for her.
What the hell? And Brittany, she's mad at.
She talked to AJ.
It's technically cheating. It's technically cheating.
I think it's like
technically. I
think she should go to jail.
It's technically cheating.
It's the worst thing anybody's ever done on a reality show. AJ and Brittany, they're feeling in a good place. AJ gives credit to Marita for telling her that Brittany would choose the business over AJ. They show these clips of AJ flirting, and I love how like Ashley is the one that has a problem with it. I mean, I know that, it's like you and Marita aren't together anymore. Nothing happened between them. No one has a problem with it. Yeah. Someone always has a problem with
Marita it. Marita hates you, clearly.
Marita no longer has a problem with it, but Ashley does. It's very interesting.
Well, she's the fun ruiner, so.
But yeah, now this comes up. Joanna asks Marie if AJ could have done more as a trial wife, and Marie says AJ did what AJ could, and I won't talk further on that. And we're not in contact.
Wow.
I know.
How could you not want to be in contact with AJ? They live in Orlando. They'll take you to Disney World.
Yeah. I know. No wedding date yet. Let's get to Ashley and Marita. Here we go. Marita says the day of the proposal, they went back and Ashley was still using her. We don't get any details on like how she was using her. I wish this had been. I wish
had
been like.
We needed some follow-ups from Joanna on this.
Yeah, I just want to know what she exactly meant by that. And then Marita goes, so I kicked her out and told her to go back to Indiana, and then I broke up with her. And then we learned that this is actually
she proposed, but then they didn't have a ring, or she asked permission.
Yeah,
from
she
Marita's
did not propose.
Father,
but
then didn't propose.
Yes, which is fucked up. That is fucked up. And that does kind of align with like a lot of Ashley's behavior, where she's like, I'm going to do better. I'm going to be more romantic. I'm going to do this stuff. And then I'm kind of going to bail because I can't commit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, it's kind of like,
I couldn't find the right balloon.
Yeah. Wait, who issued the ultimatum in this couple?
I believe it was Marita. It was Marita. Yeah.
It was Marita?
I thought so. Let me double check. I got it open right here.
Well, you look that up. Ashley says they never got back together. They went to Key West.
Oh, no. Ashley gave
That's what I thought. It kind of makes things interesting. It's like you're the one who issued the ultimatum and then you back out. That always kind of...
That's crazy.
That hurts people, too. Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. Ashley says they never got back together, but they went to Key West and had a great time. It's interesting because Marita kind of admitted that they went to Key West and said she told her to go back to Indiana. So what really happened? Yeah. I assumed that the Key West thing can't have been totally made up.
It seems like Marita's cherry picking a little bit with what things she wants to reveal about what happened. Yeah. Because then, of course, we get into all the cheating stuff. And
yeah. And Marita brings up her grandfather was dying, and this one, she calls her this one, was cheating on me. And then it's like Ashley and Marie says that they weren't together. And Ashley says that she cheated on her at least 5 times.
Yeah, I love that Marie got in on this conversation too.
It was interesting. And then Ashley goes, well, your grandfather was dying. My grandmother is dying.
Currently.
Yeah, I cheated on you. You cheated on me more. Your grandfather was dying. My grandma is dying. How else can I one-up you?
And guess what? All my great-grandparents are dead, and my great-great-grandparents are dead, and my great-great-great-parents are dead. So F you.
I'm always so impressed when people's grandparents are alive. I'm like, damn.
That's crazy. Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh, can we talk about that? Joanna, ask them how old their grandparents are. And then Marita says, I hate you and I don't care that your grandma is dying.
Crazy.
Oh, that's some challenge level insults.
That is savage.
That's nuts. I loved it.
I can't believe she actually said that.
I mean, I don't love that she said it, but watching it was crazy.
I mean, it's good entertainment.
It's good. That was crazy.
That gets Ashley to run away.
I know. Although Maria's like, Marita, that was a little over. Everyone was like, that's over the line. Come on. She's like, I don't care. I just would have been like, Marita, that's not a romantic antic. That's
yeah. You're sounding like a cop right now.
Yeah. I love when Ashley returns. Marita says she didn't know that Bridget was convincing Kyle to reverse. No, but that Bridget was convincing Ashley to reverse the ultimatum on her. I was like, wait, so now you're blaming Bridget for this. And also, I don't think that Bridget was doing that. I like how Bridget was like, what? Like, that's not.
No.
I liked
That's
Ashley.
not in Bridget's character. I doubt that seriously.
But even if she was, that's good advice.
Well, it is. We were confused that Ashley was the one that issued it. So.
Yeah. And also, like, you guys shouldn't have been together. You clearly have cheated on each other. Like, Marita, you were unhappy and complaining the whole time, which honestly, valid. Like you guys were not a match. You were not going to wake up one day and say, I'm okay being with a partner that does not speak my love languages. Like, that wasn't going to happen.
They're just super incompatible. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just think it's weird to be like,
I'm kind of surprised their relationship made it 3 years, honestly.
Yeah. Like, it's Bridget's. I mean, there's obviously something there. Like, you could see that they did genuinely love each other, even though Ashley really couldn't express it. But like, yeah. They do both seem to like hope for a reconciliation eventually. Like, I see more hope for them for reconciliation than Mel and Marie.
Possibly, yeah.
Mel and Marie, if you can believe it or not, they're no longer together.
Do you think it had something to do with Marie watching the show?
She said she broke up with her before the show.
That is crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, she said before.
It was the Brussels sprouts.
It was dude, Ben. Trigger warning, please.
Okay, yeah, sorry. We should put a Brussels sprouts trigger warning at the beginning of this.
I don't want anybody to talk about the B word or the C word ever again.
Right.
Do you know
Brussels
what the C word
sprouts
is?
And cake.
What's that? I was talking about trigger warning. Cuties. I know. I'm not gonna say it again. I'm not gonna say cute. Fuck. Yeah, cuties.
No, Max.
Yeah, sorry. I'm sorry.
No.
Yeah. So the BSs are the C's of Ultimatum Queer Love season 2.
Queer Love. Yep.
Yep.
Wow.
Marie. So Marie asks Dana if her and Mel hooked up, and Dana, I think she kind of
just says they kissed.
Yeah. Well,
like that's her like consistent answer across the board always.
Ben, it depends on your definition of kissing. Do you know what all of this really reminds me of? Everyone talking about their definition of sex. It really reminds me of Bill Clinton going, it depends on what your definition of is.
Right.
It's very lawyerly almost.
Or like I did not inhale. Right.
Yeah. Let me see how much bullshit I can spin so that you can't even know where we started in this conversation.
But the cum stain was on the dress. I didn't cum in her.
Yeah.
So technically, I had to consummate the Oval Office.
Yeah. It was my God-given right. So Marie broke up with Mel a couple months after filming before the episodes air, and this is where the Brussels sprouts thing fucking comes from.
That's amazing.
And we still don't exactly know what was up with the Brussels sprouts. Just they were Marie's, and Mel stole them and made them for another woman.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, it's like the oxtail. Maybe we do understand.
Oxtail, yeah.
Yeah. Mel runs the food truck now.
Marie does admit, like, Mel is the chef, so it wouldn't have worked.
I just thought Marie would have ended up with the food truck. I don't know why I got that impression. But
well, if it were a Brussels sprouts food truck, then
she should start a Brussels sprouts food truck.
Only Brussels sprouts. That's all you get.
I want to play a little bit of this sex playlist investigation.
Okay.
That they had.
It's a shared private playlist, only shared between Mel and Dana, called 3 Weeks, with a rainbow emoji and a ring emoji.
I don't think that's proof. Like, there's probably good songs on there. Maybe they just want to listen to them.
The playlist does have some horny songs, and they are being played at suspicious times of the night.
There's no way you're just cleaning your house listening to some boom boom music.
Why is this relevant? Like, it's a playlist. Be for real. You're talking about a goddamn playlist. Please just like simmer down, honestly.
Do you have a sex playlist?
So you have one?
Absolutely.
Oh.
You need a sex playlist. Dana.
Yeah, so she even admits that she has a sex playlist. It says 3 weeks with rainbow emojis for Rainbow Road Mario Kart.
Right. Obviously Mario Kart.
Obviously
all the songs were Mario Kart songs. Yeah.
Yeah, which are notoriously horny songs, which they talk about.
Obviously.
And they come on at night. So clearly it's cleaning music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brussels sprout cooking music.
Yeah. They're taking Adderall in the middle of the night and then they just want to clean. That's what's happening. I don't get what's
horny songs make you want to clean.
Yes.
Okay.
And why are they up in the middle of the night? They're taking Adderall. So that's what's going on. Prescription is legal.
Haley, you can take your concrete proof and
stick it up your butt.
Stick it up your bottom.
Your bottom. Dana and Mel say Haley should have minded her own beeswax. Dana and Mel also use the excuse about it having sad songs on it. I don't know. The investigation said it had horny songs too.
Sad songs can be horny.
That's very, very true. And some people probably get off on sad songs. So this doesn't. Yeah. Inconclusive, that part.
We don't kink shame. So if that's how people get off by being sad, then
fine. We get into the whole definition of sex thing. We covered that. Mel has not reached out to Dana since Ultimatum Day. Dana reached out to Mel and she didn't respond for 2 months, but then said they're cool. I think we've since seen them hanging out.
Very recently. Yeah.
Which is not surprising. Dana says they got matching tattoos because they knew they might be in each other's lives after the show. Mel says at points they were competing over who could be stupider. I think that reason makes the most sense, actually.
Yeah.
Because of the way that after because like once they entered the second trial marriages with their actual partners, the way that Mel and Dana moved, it was like, oh, you guys don't seem to be like romantically interested in each other, but you did something as crazy as get matching tattoos. And they didn't seem like Dana. I mean, they did seem vindictive when they got the tattoos, but they didn't still seem that super vindictive. So the idea that they were just like, oh, let's keep doing stupid shit, like we're going off of each other, like in addition to the vindictiveness, I think that does add up
with
to me.
Those two personalities. Like, of course, if one of them brings it up, the other's going to be like, yeah, fuck.
Oh, let's do it.
Yeah.
Which is why they should have a spin-off show.
They should.
I
know.
What?
Joanna dropped the ball because I wanted her to ask if Megan and Dana ever got their matching tattoos like they had hoped to do.
Oh, yeah.
Did this ever happen after?
I think this probably ruined that.
It might have ruined the match.
That it's like
Yeah.
you kind of ruined that whole thing.
Yikes.
Marie and Mel have nothing left to say to each other. Marie's like, "Can I talk about how mad I am at AJ some more?" Though I don't really care about Mel. I like how we get a super cut of the pets. You know,
I know. We should have more of that every time.
It's funny. Usually when we get stuff like that, it means that it's a light reunion. But I do feel that this reunion was like good. Like as we're going through this, I'm like, we got like good updates.
It was especially good because we got Bentley and we got the bunnies and the kitties
and what did we name it? Bunny Peep. Bunny Peep. We named it the bunny.
Right, Bunny Peep.
Bunny Peep. That's what Dula Peep should name her bunny. Bunny Peep.
It's a great name.
Yeah, it's like how Katy Perry named her cat Kitty Purry. So it can be Bunny Peep for Dula Peep.
That's genius.
I know.
Marketing, branding.
Smart. Branding, baby. I can't wait for when I get a puppy to name it Reality Alert.
Reality Alert, yeah.
Yes.
With Ben and Max.
Yes. Let's keep going. Kyle and Bridget. Not a lot going on. They're living together. I guess they weren't before, but they haven't really been in a relationship for that long.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're still engaged though. I think it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
We learned that it's better to feed crows cashews than peanuts.
No kidding.
The more you know.
Yeah.
The more you know. We have a lot of ravens around where I live. Okay. I don't think they're crows though. Apparently crows, you can like give them gifts and they'll like give gifts back to you.
Crows are very smart.
They can be like your friends.
They're very smart animals. Yeah.
I don't want to like feed birds and have them like be attracted to my property though. That I already get enough bird shit all over my car and it doesn't rain. And we live in California, it doesn't rain. So, you know, like
I mean, we've both seen Pigeon Man at Washington Square Park in New York.
Yeah, that guy rules.
That guy's got so much shit all over him.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mike Tyson's a big pigeon guy, right?
Is he?
Doves. No, pigeons. Yeah, he has.
I thought he was a big tiger guy. I didn't know he was.
No, he like loves his pigeons. He has he has pigeons in New York and pigeons in. Does he live in Vegas or LA? Yeah, it's big. Pigeons.
Vegas, I thought. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely Vegas because the Hangover trilogy, dude.
Yeah.
We got to recap the Hangover trilogy.
He did own 2 tigers at one point. Well, that's why it got into the.
We know that because of the Hangover trilogy.
Yeah. Did you ever hear the reason why in real life he had to get rid of them? It's because they were domesticated and they would sleep on his bed with him and like cuddle up with him and stuff. But he'd get woken up in the middle of the night over territorial disputes by the 2 tigers, and they'd be full on brawling on top of him. And he'd be like, I get bruises and I get scratches all over my face. And he's like, I just can't handle the stress every night of waking up at 2 a.m. to these 2 tigers fighting each other on top of me.
Oh, poor tigers.
So he had to, get rid of them.
Did he kill them?
I don't think so. No.
Okay. Good. Did he eat them?
He better not have.
Okay. Do you think tiger would taste good?
Do you think a cat would taste good?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Too gamey?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just thinking. I'm not saying I want to. I'm just curious.
I mean, if we were starving, I don't know.
Bridget says they have no regrets about pushing Pilar towards Kyle. We get a message from Kyle's mom, and she quotes Wicked. Did you notice that?
It did not actually.
She
what was the quote?
She says something about like
defying gravity, or
she saes I've been changed for good, like because I knew you or something.
That's cute.
That's corny. Really no, you think I was like this corny mofo's quoting Wicked right now?
Yeah. It's very hip of them.
No, it was cute. No, it
for
was
being
cute.
so old. It's very hip.
Very hip. No, dude, Wicked's been around for like 20 years, bro. No,
Dude,
but you're
the
right.
Wizard of Oz has been around even longer.
What's that?
It's something that Wicked gained inspiration from.
Oh.
Some old crap.
Oh. Haley and Pilar. So Haley also proposed to Pilar less than a month later. They're planning on eloping, and Pilar says she did share her. Oh, and she mentioned that they want to feel safer and stuff with the way the world is going, and that's what also made me think this is probably filmed in 2024. It's a year later than when it was filmed. Probably 2023 is when it was filmed. I'm calculating.
Could be,
okay.
Yeah.
Pilar says she did share her engagement with her parents and that doors have opened that she didn't think would be opened. She doesn't know what marriage looks like, but she feels better about things. And she even brought Haley to her cousin's wedding and she introduced her as her fiance. That's great. That's really good. Yeah. Joanna asks what happened between Pilar and Kyle at the club. That was the kissing. Pilar says the incident clouded everything because otherwise they could have been great friends. And Kyle says that they were selfish and could have expressed things better. Those two handle things so well, but it is sad that they couldn't have been better friends and stuff. But.
Yeah, Kyle admits that they really wish they could have been closer friends.
You know what? It seems that a lot of people actually grew and learned things from this experience. So I think what we learned is there's nothing bad about reality TV, especially if you go on it. There's only positive experiences, and ultimatums work.
Ultimatums work every time.
Yes. Yeah, Kyle even says it's sad because all of our trial marriages ended on a good note, but by the end of it, no one was talking with the person that they were in their trial marriage with.
Yeah.
You just look at Marie and AJ, they're still feuding after their their whirlwind of a trial marriage.
My God.
Yes. Joanna,
if they're all getting drinks after, I'm going to guess Marie's the one that's not going. Maybe Ashley too.
Joanna asks what it's like to be in love with two people at the same time. Haley says it's the physical component that makes it harder, and she says she just had to make Pilar secure afterwards. She's just avoiding the question.
Yeah.
Yeah. We see photos from Dana and Megan's past year. They say they're on track to get married, but they don't know yet. It appears they're still getting
Megan's parents are coming around. That's
nice. They're still getting her on board, but they were able to go to Thanksgiving and stuff, which is amazing. So that's good. Yeah, it's nice. When they talk about work to do, AJ says everybody, and she actually thanks Joanna and says she doesn't get enough credit for being a good host, even though she is a straight presenting woman. Does that mean she just presents? Maybe. I guess that's just what you say in case, because she could be closeted. Is that why?
In Swisher terms, she's a switch hitter.
Oh, ooh. We like that. We like that.
Go Yankees.
Yes, and then we get a promotion for the Ultimatum Choices game.
Yeah.
It's like
which is apparently hosted by Chloe. Did you notice that?
It is.
Joanna couldn't even host that one.
Make that money, Chloe.
Yeah.
So before we wrap things up, during our sneak preview yesterday, we saw some deleted scenes. The Ultimatum. Some
my God.
Throwaways. Some are 1 or 2.
They were mostly leading up to episode 8.
Yeah, but some were actually good. So we'll quickly go through this. AJ and Marie had a scene. AJ's initials stand for Anasia Jewel, and Marie Angeline is her full name. Her parents call her Angie in real life. And she talks about how she didn't go to her mom's funeral. Marie, and she's still unpacking it 12 years later. Yeah. Ashley and Bridget talk. Ashley says she knows what she has to offer, and if someone's not into it, she's like, bye. Well, that never happens. We never see that side.
Never see that side of Ashley.
No. Bridget says she falls hard and fast and wouldn't ignore that opportunity in the trial marriage. So I think this was in the beginning of the show, leading up to the first trial marriages, during dating.
Yeah.
And then they talk about doing housework and how they're good with tools. It's very boring.
You can see why that one was deleted.
Yeah. Haley and Megan. They talk about how
was the good, or no, not this. It's the next.
We're
one.
almost there. We're almost there. Haley and Megan, they talk about how they really believe in their relationship and they are proud of each other and they built something really special and they get emotional about it. We really believe in it too. I bet they'll get engaged.
We built it up and we smashed it down in 2 seconds.
This is where things get good. We get a scene with Dana and Megan. They meet up with Dana's family and Megan tells them that her and Haley had a sexual connection.
Yeah, Dana's family is a lot like Dana too. You can tell.
Yeah, I just love. She's like, "Yep, we had a sexual. I had a sexual connection with Haley, and we hooked up.
Yeah,
and we said I love you." And I'd be like, "You could have just said the I love you part without the sex part. We are your significant other's family."
She's very open with the family, you know.
Like,
so
we have some boundaries here, please. Don't need to hear about this. But then Dana and Megan go, "Don't worry, we no longer have feelings for our trial marriages." But they are suspicious of one another. Dana is suspicious that Megan no longer has feelings. And Megan is suspicious that Dana says she never had feelings at all. I think this scene would have been worth leaving in.
Putting in, yeah. Yeah. Her family had some big reactions to what they were saying.
Yeah, so. I mean, they were saying pretty out-of-pocket stuff for a meeting with a family, and then I think showing that they both kind of didn't trust each other and what they were saying made sense and was an interesting dynamic. I don't know why this was cut.
Yeah, I don't either. More of Dana's family, please, because it's really interesting.
Yeah, and you know that I bet her family was there all the time because every time her mom flew back, Dana was like, "Fly to me, please! I need your soul. I need you, please. Come to me. Come to me." Mel and Marie, Mel gives her a foot massage. And the notable part is Marie's wearing a Bada Bing shirt. More Sopranos here. Yeah.
Yes. Pretty cool.
Yeah. AJ and Brittany, they have a s'mores date. The only
Speaking
thing
of Bada Bing, AJ.
Oh, let's go. They have a s'mores date, and AJ says she wished Brittany would eat her like that marshmallow.
Whoa. Wow.
Yeah.
Crunching, huh?
Yeah. And for the final deleted scene, Kyle and Pilar, it's their last day together. Kyle says she's afraid of not leaving with Bridget and getting caught up in the kiss with Pilar. Pilar says she's never felt more ready to be engaged, but whether or not it's going to be to Haley is a different question.
Whoa. Yeah.
I'm surprised.
That's a big one. Yeah.
I'm surprised that they didn't leave this in just because that's such a good line.
Yeah.
You know, being like, I feel like I'm ready for marriage, but, you know, maybe Haley's not with me, but I feel ready to be in a serious relationship.
She was hoping it was Kyle, I think.
Yeah. Do you think so?
I don't know. She did kiss Kyle.
Yeah, but I don't think, but they didn't like have any more intimacy, and I don't think that. Kyle.
I think she wanted to embrace the experiment.
Yeah,
it had been 10 years, and I think she wanted to embrace the experiment.
Yeah, but this was their last day together, so they had kind of like figured everything out. But yeah, it's interesting. So yeah, I think there was a couple of things in there that they could have put in. They could have cut other stuff, to be honestly.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying this season though, really good. Really, like whenever we watch the Ultimatum, I go like, so much fluff. The episodes are too long. Like, what is happening?
I feel like Ultimatum hasn't. There's been two good Ultimatums. It was season 1. Where they didn't really know what was going on and everybody was freaking out and they were getting drunk. And then there's the South Africa Ultimatum.
So good.
Which is incredible.
Yeah.
Our recaps for that are on patreon.com/realityalert.
Yeah. But then this season, like a lot of the episodes were only like 45 or 50 minutes. They didn't feel extraneous. Like the 10 episodes, including the reunion, is a great length. Great cast, really fun. Like I just thought it was excellent, a joy to watch. I love the queer representation. And I actually was thinking about how like how it's actually really cool to have a queer show that's based around marriage when, like, growing up, gay marriage wasn't even legal in this country. And I know that, like, gay rights are frequently under attack in this country and there's always work to do. But I mean, like, when I was living in California in 2008, when I first moved to California, gay marriage was legal. And then because of Prop 8, it was taken away. So, like, Obama was elected and everybody was really happy about it. But literally at the same night, gay marriage was gay marriage was taken away, and I was on, like, a liberal arts campus, and it was like this very weird dynamic because a lot of my friends' rights had gotten taken away, but, like, you know, it was kind of like Bush,
and
was
especially in Los Angeles, those are Los Angeles, New York City. These are places where people who are in that community can go to feel safer and to feel like they're around people that are like them. So to have Prop 8 had happened at that time and to be around that group of people it's crazy.
And interestingly enough, I'm pretty sure we actually just voted this year in the presidential election, and it passed, to officially take the Prop 8 language out of the California Constitution. So it's very weird to be in California many years later. But it just is something that I thought about during the season, that, like, how far, even though there's so many problems, like, how it is cool to have not just a queer reality show, but one that is based around marriage. And like, I never thought while watching this until doing a full reflection, like, oh, it's gay marriage instead of like, oh, it's marriage, you know? I just thought, like, oh, it's people getting married. Like, it is so casual now, you know? So that's great.
Love it.
But we do need more queer representation, of course, on Netflix and in reality shows in general. Yeah. For more stories, and because I know they're better. They're better too.
Seasons have been some of the best content Netflix.
I know, like, come on.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Like, these are actually characters that you can really like and get behind, you know?
And just, like, diverse stories, it's good. Like, we've had so much heteronormative shit for years. Like, give us different stuff, you know? Like, it's good. It's good to have new stories. So.
I want, like I said, I've said it before, I want to see a perfect match. That's all queer people. Please.
Yeah. Let's do it. If you're going to bring in people from outside reality shows.
Totally. Yes.
I know. Although there's just not that many queer reality shows. So it's, like, very kind of
pull from the queer season of Are You the One?
Yeah.
I bet they could get people from that one.
They were able to do that, and, you know, there's competition shows with queer people and stuff like that. So, you know, hopefully we'll just get there, and we'll, you know, we gotta hope. So
yeah,
thank you for joining us in this season, but it's not over yet. Early next week on the Patreon, that's patreon.com/realityalert. We are going to be back for Ultimatum Center, where we're going to be covering the post-season social media. There's going to be drama, definitely, with its cast, and they're going to be posting it on social media, and we're going to recap all of it. We're going to give out awards for the season of, like, our favorite things. We are going to talk about how bad our predictions were. And you can only see that stuff on patreon.com/realityalert. It's only $5 a month.
I didn't see the Brussels sprouts coming, okay?
I know. We didn't know about the Brussels sprouts. They changed everything. And it's only $8 a month if you want ad-free. You don't have to listen to the ads. So that'll be great. And yeah, stick around. Make sure to subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/realityalert. Subscribe on Apple, Spotify, wherever. Also TikTok. We're really pushing TikTok hard. So TikTok at Reality Alert Podcast, lots of clips in case you miss an episode. You just want some clips. And we'll be back every week with an episode in the main feed. But our next
eventually we got Perfect Match coming.
Yeah, that's gonna say August 1st, Perfect Match. We're gonna go big for that one too.
Looks like a good cast. Yep, they're pulling from Bachelor, Love Island. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be really fun. We got some new Tempty people in there.
Yes, from the season we haven't seen yet, right?
No, from the one we did.
Was it from the previous season?
Yes, okay. At least one of the girls who had the threesome with Breon is in it. Maybe both of them.
Okay, all right.
So that's gonna be fun.
All right.
I was like, oh, I know her threesome.
Right.
Yes. So, all right. Well, We'll see everybody real soon.
Bye.
Bye. It's the place you go when you finish your show. We're your two best friends. Our names are Max and Ben. We're self-proclaimed television experts. It's Reality Alert.
That couple is fucked.